How much does it cost just to apply to business school? Not to attend, which is a whole different ballgame, but just to apply. Let's identify the cost drivers and then discuss a few different budgets so that you can determine what works for you. Here we go. While many MBA programs have gone test optional, meaning that you don't have to take the GMAT Focus or the GRE, most applicants to top programs do still take a test, and those tests are not free. If you plan to take the GMAT, you'll have to pay $300 per attempt online or $275 per attempt at a test center. It's more expensive for GMAT to administer the test to you at home, and they pass along the cost to you, just an FYI. As for the GRE, well, it's a mere $220 per attempt. Many applicants will take the GMAT or GRE 2 to 4 times, so testing alone may cost you anywhere from $440 on the low end to $1,200 total, though most will fall somewhere in between, and that is before taking a test prep course. At mbaMission, we've long partnered with the best in the business, Manhattan Prep, powered by Kaplan. At mPrep, you might consider their self-study option, which is $850, or an in-person course, which is $1,850. Then you may want to consider some tutoring hours on top of your test prep, which could cost you a little less than $300 per hour. 10 hours is $2,900. Remember, of course, this is an investment, and a higher score, generally speaking, improves your chances of admissions at a top MBA program. If you're already getting concerned about cost, remember, of course, this is an investment, and a higher score, generally speaking, improves your chances of admissions to a top MBA program. Now, let's say you took the GMAT or the GRE and your quant score didn't work out for you, and you want to prove that you have the quantitative abilities to succeed. Maybe you take HBS CORe to prove you have those skills. That course costs $2,500. Yes, the costs are adding up, and we're not done. What else? Well, admissions consulting, of course. This is certainly not a requirement, but for many, this is also an investment worth making. We're thrilled to now offer an on-demand curriculum that Poets and Quants called the most comprehensive MBA admissions resource ever created, and that John Byrne, editor of Poets and Quants, simply said, "Wow" to. On Track by mbaMission is a subscription service that starts at $799 for 3 months, and it's a course that guides you through every step of the admissions process. It's really powerful, but mbaMission one-on-one consulting, live with a full-time MBA admissions expert, is still obviously even more powerful. Our 3-school package starts at $9,700, and a typical higher spend is around $16,000, and any package at mbaMission does come complete with On Track as well. It goes without saying that this is a personal choice and that there are many intermittent options between the high end and the low end, but we'll go with these for our hypothetical budget. We're also not even done yet. We still have travel and application costs themselves to consider. While the need to travel to campus has waned of late, as more and more admissions officers push applicants into online information sessions, the doors are still open at your target programs, and it can benefit you as a consumer to visit the programs. It can help inform your personal statements and your interview responses when an admissions interviewer asks, "Why our school?" Now let's assume that on the light side, you stay home and do the online sessions and do one quick trip to your ideal program only. 1 flight, 1 hotel. Let's say that's conservatively $750 for a domestic applicant, $500 for a flight, and $250 for a hotel. So maybe it costs you $2,000 to take 2 trips to see 4 or 5 schools, and maybe $3,000 to see more programs in different places. Again, a lot of judgment and variation here, but we're making our best guess. What's left? Finally, application fees are about $250, and most applicants apply to 4 to 6 programs. So that's another $1,000 to $1,500, depending on how many programs you apply to. So our low-end total is $3,839. Somewhere in the middle is around $15,400, and our high estimate comes in at just under $30,000. You can see the significant variance depending largely on your investment in test prep and admissions consulting, and to an extent, travel. The key here is that it's all in your control, and while our low-end budget is reasonable and does get you prepped, let's look at ways that you can even squeeze this budget further in our next video, ways to reduce the cost of applying to business school.